Who betrayed Crimea? That's our next story. The Ukraine peace efforts have just hit another landmine, not in Donetsk or Crimea, but in Washington, D.C. U.S. President Donald Trump has blamed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for the failure to end the war. He has accused him of refusing a deal that would let Russia keep Crimea. The Ukrainian peninsula region was annexed by Russia in 2014, but Zelensky has refused to recognize Russia's control over Crimea. Russia has time and again said Crimea, where its Black Sea Fleet is based, is formally part of Russia. It has said the question of Ukraine reclaiming Crimea is closed for talks forever, and that is the stumbling block now in the peace efforts. So who is betraying who? Let's understand. On Wednesday, the U.S. president made a big claim. He said a peace deal with Russia was very close. But he also blamed Zelensky, saying he was harder to deal with than Putin. And this comes just days after U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance laid out a vision for peace. Washington's latest peace proposal reportedly included not only the de jure recognition of Crimea's annexation in 2014, but also the de facto acceptance of Russian occupation of parts of Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia and Kherson in 2022. Zelensky's response: thank you, but no. He says Ukraine will act according to its constitution, and America, he hopes, will act according to its own values. Zelensky also reposted a 2018 declaration from then Secretary of State Mike Pompeo during the first Trump administration, when he reaffirmed that the U.S. does not recognize Russia's annexation of Crimea. Zelensky was sending the message to the Trump team to remind him of U.S.'s old promise to Ukraine. Zelensky has previously ruled out formally ceding any territory to Russia, as a result of which the current U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio skipped London peace talks with Ukrainian and European officials yesterday. But as far as Zelensky is concerned, Ukraine's red lines are clear. A formal recognition of Russian control of Crimea would mean a dangerous concession to Putin. It would mean an abandonment of Ukrainians still living in the region. It would also dash hopes for reunification of the families that were separated by the 2014 annexation. Remember, the seizure of the Crimean Peninsula in 2014 began when Russian soldiers seized government buildings and military bases. The annexation set in motion a Russian effort to claim territory in eastern Ukraine, using its army as well as proxy forces. It started a conflict that have claimed the lives of about 14,000 soldiers and civilians on both the sides. And all that was before the all-out war began in Ukraine in 2002. Pardon me, in 2022, that's when the war began. That war continues to rage, even as over the past week, the Trump administration has repeatedly threatened to walk away from the peace process. As the blame game plays out, Russia has continued its assault. On Thursday, Russia launched its deadliest attack on Ukraine's capital of Kyiv. Since last summer, a deadly missile strike in Kyiv, killing at least 9 and injuring over 60. And then across Donetsk, Russia claimed to have taken a new territory. As far as the U.S. is concerned, Trump says ending the war means getting a deal with Zelensky. But for Ukraine, a deal that allows Russia's invasion, legitimizes Russia's invasion, is no peace at all.